Okay, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I just finished my fourth meal, I think, of the day. Fourth, let's see, one, two, yeah, fourth meal of the day. And I thought I would let you guys in on some of the things in my life that are a little more private than you might hear from a lot of people. I've been complaining about this pharmacy and this thing that's going on, and I'm not going to rant about that again. Anyway, I want to let you. Okay, so the medication in question is Valium, okay, which is a benzodiazepine. It's prescribed for anxiety and like anxiety attacks and stuff like that. Now I don't abuse that medication. But one of the reasons I take it is because I used to abuse prescription painkillers really badly. I didn't know, at first, but I've been sent to rehab and this and that, and they tell you in rehab, okay, well, once you know, it is your fault. So, I've been to rehabs, plural. I've been to some really nice ones, and I've been to some that were basically just kind of like a college fraternity or whatever, But that all started when I met my daughter's mom. So I want to say 17, 18 years old. And growing up in Humboldt County, we all smoked pot. Pot is not a problem, okay? Pot is never an issue. My grandmother had this little room that I could sit in, and I could see the TV through the glass door, and she would allow me to smoke in there. Not only pot, but fucking, cohibas and shit like that. Whatever. She called it my smoking room. Anyway, one day I dropped off my daughter's mom at home, and I had a headache or something. Maybe it possibly even was a joint issue or something, because it was when I first started working out, mind you, 25 years ago. And she was like, well, my mom has these pills, and she gives me a couple when I have migraines, because she suffered from migraines a lot, to the point where she'd have to sometimes go to the ER and get these Stadol shots and shit. But anyway, she's like, my mom has these pills, she gives me when I have a migraine, whatever. And anyway, it ended up being extra strength Vicodin, the Watson 7.5 by 750 Vicodin or whatever. If you guys know your pills, you know what I'm talking about. I took a couple of them when I was smoking a bowl that night, and it just went really well together, and I was like, fuck, these are rad, And I, at that time, had no fucking idea, honestly, I had no idea that there was stuff like that out there. So, the next day, I was like, hey, we asked your mom if I can get a couple more of those pills, blah, 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 blah. And it progressed to the point where, her mom, who is really cool, and we are still friends. Her mom and I are tight. She is such a cool woman. Her name is Diana. She runs a daycare here locally. It's probably the best daycare in Humboldt County. She is fucking so cool to me. I love her. We're family. You know what I mean? We're family. She's like my second mom, honestly. Anyway, she told me, and mind you, this was back when it was a lot easier to get, stuff from the doctor. Anyway, so she's like, well, why don't you just go, if they help you, why don't you just go to the doctor and, get a script or whatever. So the first doctor I went to, gave me a script of regular strength ones, and, see, I thought that once you had a script, it was yours for life. But the third or fourth time I went, he's like, no, I'm not going to give these to you anymore. you know, blah, blah, blah. Because of your age, you're young, and, you know, I just don't want to, you know, I don't want to keep giving you these fucking, you know, opiate painkillers. So, I went to another doctor who was really awesome, who has since passed. She actually died of cancer way too young, and she was an awesome doctor. Not because she gave me what I asked her for, but just because, like, she was a real doctor, you know, like, she was, like, real. Like, she would talk to me. When I finally realized I had a problem with it, I told her. And then, like, at times, like, when something really hurt, I would go in there and say to her, like, look, I know I've had a problem with this in the past, but, like, this really hurt. And she would give me some, you know. So she was, like, a really, a real doctor, like, down to earth, like, you know, she understood. Anyway, as time progressed, I would run into people who were like, oh, that's fucking, you know, you don't want to take that, you want to take a Percocet, you want to take a Percodan, or this or that, and blah, blah, blah. And then Oxycontin hit the scene, and I really didn't get a lot of exposure to Oxycontin, mainly because I was, like, quitting doing that at the time, and I just, you know, it wasn't for me anymore. I didn't want to live my life, like, underneath of that, so anyway, I take the Valium because I have been diagnosed with generalized anxiety. Now, I don't know if that's because of problems I've had in the past, or just because I was born, or whatever. So, when you have anxiety and anxiety attacks, that shit fucking sucks. So, like, that's one of the reasons why, like, I'm really upset with this pharmacy for what they did, because if they caused me to lose my doctor, I'm going to then have to go try to find another one who's willing to prescribe it to me. And lately, there's this new trend where, like, they don't want to give you anxiety medicine for anxiety. They want to give you depression medicine for anxiety. Now, do I seem like a depressed person to you? Because I'm not depressed. I date a fucking gorgeous girl. I have rad cars. I have 3 houses. I have a dog that I love. I have a boy and a girl. I have money in the bank. My parents have their health. I don't have anything to be depressed about. So, like, them trying to tell me, oh, well, it's been shown that it can also, at times, you know, I don't care what it's been shown for, okay? I want to take what I know works for me. So, like, that's kind of an issue every time I have to go to a new doctor. So I'm hoping, obviously, that this blows over and he's cool and he's, like, still going to treat me and everything. Meantime, before I got in with him, I didn't know if he was ever going to call me back, because I tried to call him a few times before I realized he's not in the office very much. I found another doctor, okay? Now, I thought I was going to be seeing this woman named Dr. Connor. Turns out she's in a group, okay? Now, when you see a group, you don't necessarily get the doctor you want to see. You get a doctor in the group. So, I went there once before I got to see the doctor I'm seeing now. And he's like, well, yeah, I'll give you, you know, some Valium, and I'm not going to give you as much as you were taking, because I want to slowly taper you off of it, and I'm going to give you this other shit, which is, like, depression medicine. Okay, I don't take the fucking depression medicine, mainly because in the past when they've tried to give it to me, it gives me really weird dreams and shit, so I'm not going to take it. Now after this, I'm going to make a video about a dream that I had, or I think it was a dream, and I'm going to ask you guys really to help me out with this. But anyway, let me just finish this real quickly. So I have an appointment with him on Wednesday, and I know that he's probably going to give me some Valium again, you know, hopefully he'll give me 60 again. I'm going to tell him, you know, I'm going to be going down to LA. The other shit really hasn't kicked in. Whatever story, whatever comes to mind, I'm going to tell him, like, at least give me 60. Or I might tell him this other shit's not working at all, can I please have 90? But whatever. So I see him on Wednesday. So I get some medicine then. Now, I'm going to conclude this video because... And now, in the next video, if I'm repeating myself about this movie, I apologize, but I don't know if it was in one of the videos that ended up being private or not. And I really, really, really need to find out what this movie was. So I'm going to conclude this one. I'm going to follow it with another one. I'm going to explain this movie to you to see if it was a dream I had or something I saw and now cannot find. Okay, so God bless you. I will be literally right back to tell you about this movie, dream / whatever the fuck it was. Okay.